What's up everyone, Starizard here coming at you with another review. Today we're checking out Squidlit, a bite-sized platform made to look and run exactly like a Game Boy game. But is it worth your 99 cents? Let's find out.
The story kicks off with the Squizzard, yes, a squid wizard, who tells you that something strange is going on at the castle in the distance. Since he has to stay behind and protect the other Squidlits because he is the only Squizzard around, it's your job to head out and see what's up. Apparently the last squid they sent never came back, so, you know, no pressure. The plot is super simple, but it works. It reminds me of Kirby's Dream Land. You've got a vague threat and you gotta deal with it. But where Squidlit stands out is in its charming world building. As you move through towns and levels, you'll come across a variety of quirky characters. Some offer advice, most just say weird little things like, I'm in a hole, but all of them add a lot of personality to the game. Even if the dialogue doesn't push the story forward, it helps flesh out the world in a way that feels intentional and fun. Gameplay-wise, Squidlit is refreshingly simple. You'll travel through 3 main levels, hopping through towns, chatting with squids and other NPCs, and inking enemies. Combat is minimal. You attack by jumping and pressing the jump button again to expel ink below you. It works for what the game is going for, especially considering you're playing as, you know, a squid. The level design is straightforward, with light exploration. Sometimes you'll find alternate paths or dead ends, but your reward is usually just a muffin, which heals you. No power-ups, no secrets, no surprises. It keeps things clean, but don't expect any crazy depth. There are even a couple of simple puzzles near the end, and when I say simple, I mean simple. The bosses, though, legitimately great. Each one has a unique mechanic, and one in particular kind of blew me away, and it's still the most unique boss fight I've seen in an indie game to this day. It's a magical book that casts spells, and you defeat it by jumping inside its pages and inking them so it can't cast anymore. Literally ingenious. Now, one small gripe is the camera. The screen suctions. See what I did there? The screen suctions itself to the Squidlit's position, so he's always in the center of the screen. So whenever you jump, it follows you, and it's very disorienting, and it's very jarring at first. Especially since he doesn't float like Kirby, he just drops like a rock. The camera jerks around and it can kind of get you motion sick. It's not a deal breaker, you do kind of get used to it, but it is very noticeable. The visual presentation is easily one of Squidlit's biggest strengths. This game doesn't just look like a Game Boy title, it could literally be a Game Boy title. The developer made this game as a way to learn how to program for the original Game Boy hardware, so everything you see is fully authentic to what the system could do. You could probably put this game on a Game Boy and it would run exactly how it should. Even the screen border can be changed to look like a physical Game Boy, complete with a contrast slider, power light, and speaker icon. That attention to detail? The soundtrack is another love letter to the Game Boy era. Every track was made using an actual Game Boy, not just mimicking chiptune. This is the real deal. It was actually a Game Boy. The music itself is simple but catchy and fits the tone of the game perfectly. It enhances the authenticity and helps immerse you even more in this pixel-perfect little world. Combined with the visuals, it's clear this game was built with a lot of love and a lot of care. Squidlit is a breeze though. On your first run, it'll take you around 30 minutes, maybe a bit more if you're stopping to talk to every NPC. The second time I played through it, granted, I purposely tried to speedrun it, I beat it in 15 minutes. There is no replay value here, no score system, no alternate endings, no secrets. Once you beat it, that's it. I do wish it had a score mechanic like Kirby's Dream Land, just a little something else to hook you in to make you want to run through it again. As it stands, the only incentive is to beat it faster. That said, price. This game is 99 cents. What more could you possibly want? This game is cheaper than a vending machine snack, and you'll get way more value and enjoyment out of this than a bag of Cheetos. If you're craving a game that captures the heart and soul of the Game Boy era, Squidlit is exactly what you're looking for. This is the closest you're going to get to playing a Game Boy game on the Switch. Whether you're a fan of speedrunning, retro handhelds, or just want something quick and quirky, Squidlit is absolutely worth the pickup.
Thank you so much for watching today's review of Squidlit. I just finished playing Kirby's Dream Land like a dozen times, and Squidlit really felt like a companion piece to that game. It made me just appreciate it so much more than probably the average person. I just think it had so much charm, and you could tell there was just so much love and care put into the making of this game. So I'm really happy to have reviewed it. So if you also are happy I reviewed this game, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more weekly indie reviews. With that, Starizard,